Hello everyone and welcome back to my playthrough for Digimon World 2003, and we are taking off pretty much exactly from where I left off in the previous part. And I suppose the big question is going to be how the outcome of this battle is going to turn out. Well, if I use Heat Cutter, my hope would be that it doesn't get evaded and it does substantial damage. Passed the first test. Reasonable damage. That's... No, wait, he's doing that poisonous attack. Oh, and it got blocked. That's given me confidence. Looks of things, I'd say Heat Cutter's gonna take 3 or 4. It's gonna be close. Well, this may finish him off, or very almost. Oh no, he's there. Okay, oh, and a critical hit as well. I was worrying over nothing. I was getting worried about that battle, but it really wasn't that bad at all. It's with this sort of challenge, it is hard to anticipate how good you need to be, what level you need to be at in order to take on certain opposition, and how well you're going to stand your ground against them. Because I know in a normal playthrough, you know, at level 20 you would be fresh in these kind of Digimon, but then when you take into consideration the fact that you're not allowed to use items, you're not allowed to have any equipment, you're not allowed to use the gym at all, and you think about all the things like that which are going to greatly restrict your stats, how good you're going to be, you know, your potential of how good you can be, it is, you know, sort of hard to it can be hard to work out like what sort of level you need to be at. So the higher the level means more like stat boosts from leveling up, and it means more developed Digimon, and thus more techniques, some of which could be very handy, more of an opportunity to like play off weaknesses and stuff. But then there's the fact that you've only got one Digimon, your stats are greatly affected, reduced rather, restricted, and you're not allowed to use items. So yeah, it could be difficult, you know, anticipating situations, but I just sort of have to just try my best, really. That's all I can do. But there are many grind spots throughout this game in pretty much every sector. I know of some handy grind spots. You've got obviously weaker ones against weaker Digimon, which is most handy for the early days, and then you've got obviously other areas with tougher Digimon, which obviously will be my grind spot when I'm ready to take them on. So the more I level up, the more ready I will be for tougher opposition. So, you know, my grind spots are going to change. The Digimon I'm grinding from are going to change. I'm not always going to be, you know, battling Kolemon's 40 experience, you know, I am going to be going up against tougher opposition when grinding, gaining greater amounts of experience, and you know, it should help me grind and develop most efficiently. Being at level 21, I'm hoping that I can make it up to the South Sector city without any tremendous struggle, and then from there I can then decide if I want to immediately dive in against the South Sector leader, or if I feel that grinding might be necessary beforehand. I'm just going to go to status just to alter something. Let's have Dinohumon so that I can do Lizard Dance, and so that I'm at full strength, let's go to Techniques and let's do Small Hill. So I'm entering the battle with maximum HP. Yeah, Small Hill is going to be a highly critical technique, particularly in the early days. In the later days, Small Hill is going to be getting replaced by better healing techniques like Mega Heal, Giga Heal, Full Heal, you name it. Yeah, we come to a halt, and we are shortly confronted by Bulbmon. And there he is. And yeah, we don't defeat him here and now. No matter what you do, he flees from the battle when his HP drops down to a certain amount. It's fixed so that his HP never drops to 0, so you can never defeat him, and he always runs off, so you never actually gain any experience from this guy. No experience, no money. So, yeah, it's not a very rewarding battle. But I do think Lizard Dance is the best attack to use. It attacks 4 times, so, you know, with one attack he could just evade it, but when it's 4 attacks, it's unlikely that, you know, he's going to evade all of them, so you're pretty much guaranteed to do damage. And I don't really think I have any techniques that he's going to be particularly vulnerable to. I can't really imagine fire or ice working very well against him. That's surely done it. Yeah, that's done it. One day we will defeat him for good, but that's not until a later part of the game, a later stage. So for now we'll just have to let him get away with it. Now, there's nothing useful in the south station, so let's explore. I'm going to ignore the people because I can't imagine any of them wanting to card battle me or Digimon battle me, not with the dodgy charisma that I'm going to have, which is like hindered by the fact that it's a Kotemon Solo, so I've only got one Digimon. I'm not allowed weapons or armours or anything, so yeah, conclusion, my charisma is not going to be very good. Not that it really matters though, because I don't really want to be getting into card battles, considering I'm going to be getting my boosters from Cardmon, and there's going to be many cards that I can purchase from Divemon, and since I'm going to be... Oh, I did not want to get into a battle with this guy. Good. Yeah, and since I'm going to be making very few purchases in this game, because I haven't really got any reason to buy items or equipment because I'm not allowed to use them, so I'm going to have loads and loads of money, so you know, oh goodness me. Goodness me. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, so I've got plenty of money to just buy cards from the Divemon. Oh, not again. Good. How about no more battles? How about we just make it up to Sandiramon? Yeah, this is fixed. Sandiramon can't be beaten here, and you always run away from the battle. We could attack him, but we might as well just try and speed things up by seeing if we can manually run. Oh, he has to attack us. And then we run away. Yeah, the game is fixed so that you can't defeat Sandiramon here. He always attacks you, and rather than doing like a physical like number, like with the damage, instead of the damage being like a physical number, it's a fixed percentage. So, and it works so that you always run away after being attacked once, regardless of how much HP you have, how much defense you have. It's completely irrelevant. You always run away after he attacks you once, and it's impossible to defeat him him because it's programmed where his HP can't fall below a certain limit. So no matter what you do, you can't win against Sandiramon, so you always have to do it the normal storyline way, which is by eventually obtaining a smelly herb, which makes him leave. So, there was a time when I wanted to see if Sandiramon could be defeated, and I remember on a save file I grinded for absolutely ages in the east sector until I got up to like level 60 or something, and I had loads of excellent Digimon and Digivolutions and everything, and it was from that I managed to work out that he always defeats you in makes you run away with one attack, and his HP can't fall below a certain amount. So yeah, it kind of sucks. And yeah, after you run away from Sandiramon, you then speak to the Kotemon that I spoke to in the inn, who then mentions about the Digimon that I just spoke to, and he then offers to help us make it past Sandiramon. However, for him to help you, you have to find his mask. When you find his mask and return it to him, he then gives you a smelly herb where you can make it past Sandiramon and then continue with the rest of the south sector. And we have to speak, I think we have to speak to his friend before we can do anything, and his friend is located at the Protocol Ruins. And from there, I think we have to go to the Asuka city, and I think there's various places we need to go to, various people we need to speak to, but I think it will all come back to me. I think in time, when I'm physically there, I think it will all come back to me, and I will remember precisely what I need to do, where I need to go, who I need to speak to, when to do it all, etc, etc, etc. First priority is just to go to the Protocol Ruins and then head to the Asuka city. And yeah, in the Jungle Grave I had a real scare, because at first I was just hoping that I wouldn't get into any battles, and it was great that the first one I managed to run away from, and the third one I managed to run away from, but the second one I got really worried. It looked like I was going to be defeated and I was going to lose the progress that I had made. But thankfully I managed to escape. So, when you're going by these restrictions that I'm going by, that type of opposition is way too tough, even when you're a level 20. That's why I put no thought at all into trying to battle him. I just wanted to escape. And yeah, I was saying about the random tamers who are willing to like card battle you and Digimon battle you, and I've explained why I'm not interested in card battles, and I'm not really interested in getting into Digimon battles with them either, because by the time my charisma reaches what it needs to reach in order for them to, you know, challenge me to a Digimon battle, my Kotemon is going to have to be a very high level, and the amount of experience that I gain from winning against them is just going to be feeble. It's not going to be worth it. Comparatively speaking, it's going to be much lesser than the amounts of experience that I'm gaining from, you know, the sort of opposition that I'm ready for, the sort of opposition that I'm going to be grinding against. And I'm glad to see him here. And we are advised to go to Asuka City. To be honest, when I was climbing up that ladder, I'm mostly relieved to see that the Digimon I needed to speak to is there, because sometimes in order for something to happen, you know, for a Digimon to show up or for certain dialogue to be mentioned, sometimes it requires you to do something beforehand. Sometimes you have to do something beforehand in order to trigger it, in order to get the ball rolling. And I was a little nervous that there was something that I needed to do in order for him to show up, but it looks like I had done everything that was necessary. Sometimes you have to do initial events in order for a new event to be triggered, but then sometimes not necessarily. I am relatively confident that if I go to the Asuka City, then everything should come together. If I do a recap, I'm up to the south sector. I'm in the progress of trying to make it past Sandiramon, and I've defeated Master Tyrannomon, defeated Pharaohmon, defeated the east sector leader, defeated Keith, defeated Bulbmon. I'm sure the next significant battle is the one against the south sector leader. and I would like to advise that I will not be challenging the DNA Digimon, as I call them. Because there's those researchers who are interested in like certain Digimon, and they ask you to defeat the ultimate forms of various rookie Digimon in the interest of obtaining DNA or something. And the DNA Digimon, as I call them, the ultimate Digimon that give you the DNA, I will not be battling them in this playthrough. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to the Digimon who the Digimon in the South Sector who has lost his mask, he is in the South Sector, and the one that we spoke to on the bridge that we've just passed, he is a fake who happened to find the mask but isn't the same Digimon, or isn't the same guy. And the Etamon who we just spoke to is actually the one with the mask. So the Etamon that we spoke to in the city is actually the imposter with the mask on the Asuka bridge, and neither of them are even Digimon, because actually it's a human with Digimon suits. There's Digimon suits that make you look like Digimon, and it's actually a human behind it who has an Etamon suit that makes him look like Etamon, so he can pretend to be Etamon, and yes, he's the one with the mask as well. And from going to the city and speaking to who I spoke to, it then triggers a character, Nick, in the Divermon Lake, which is where I am now, and when you speak to Nick, that's when the penny drops and your character manages to suss out what's happened. And from there we can then get the mask and make it past Sandiramon with the smelly herb. I'm gonna just pause it there because I am, this part is close to 30 minutes, and the aim is to have each part at about half an hour. I'm not going to lose any sleep if it's like a little bit over or a little bit under, but I'm just trying to get it as close to 30 minutes as possible, and I think here is a good place to pause. So I will be ending the part here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next part.